experience.
I spent 3 years in clown school. I had to drop out at the last second to do esports instead, but I didn't want my money to go to waste. I'm in debt because of it, so I got to get something out of it.
Yeah, that's actually very true. We all had to take some courses at clown school. In any case, though, we had our first 2 elimination matches of the tournament. First, though, we had to say goodbye to Indonesia's Boom Esports, who woke up the sleeping giant that was Zeta Division and Seth. The Zeta looked fantastic yesterday, really stepped their game up, and it's very sad to see Boom go, but boy, what a match that was.
Yeah, I mean, it does suck to see Boom depart so early on here at the tournament, but it was a big run back from Zeta. They had a tough opponent, having to start things off going up against Loud, and it was a bit of a wash there. Obviously, they put up a decent fight against the Brazilians, but this was very much a return to form. Laz absolutely went nuclear for the squad to really help them get over the line.
But it still almost wasn't, right? Like, they started out, and both their second halves, they let it slip away on map number 1. Yeah. Map number 2, a round away from losing. It takes Laz with that crazy ace to keep him in it. But then once it gets to Fracture, they were just big chillin', had the rally back, and were able to stomp on out. It felt like the Zeta magic was back there for but a moment, but they're still showing those second half woes.
And how close it was, I think, really is a testament to Boom's passion and how good they are at the game. Indonesia has been a region that has been on the come up for a long time.
Very true.
And all the way back to the LCQ, because they were like the first LCQ team to qualify for this event. You could see how much it meant for them. They were on their knees crying with joy because they were so happy to have made it here. And I think that this is definitely not the last time that we will see these guys moving into 2023. Expect to see those faces come up again because they have the skill to get back to this stage.
Oh yeah, I think I speak for everyone here when I say that we cannot wait to see what Indonesian Valorant brings to the table in the next year, especially with what is to come. But then we had to say farewell to Edward Gaming. Their first international event was cut short when dealing with Scream and Team Liquid. We had Scream, we had Phoenix, we had some great moments in that game, Mimi, but it is a shame to say goodbye to Edward.
Yeah, it's a tragedy. I know I was selling the hopes, the stocks of Edward very high, and I think they showed us some of that. Kong Kong came to an international event, was looking absolutely absurd. They played 2 really close series, and I think showed up, but for Team Liquid, it does feel like they're returning to form a little bit here. Looked a lot better than their first series. They're still doing, in my opinion, a minutia of trolling. The Phoenix on Breeze, it's an idea. It is certainly an idea. I am not sold.
I think it worked. I think it
technically did work. They won.
It worked because he got kills, not because the Phoenix was good.
But listen, sometimes it's the player, Mimi, not the agent.
Scream could play anyone, and he would be amazing. He could play an agent that just has no abilities and just has a gun, and he'd do great.
We've come out with his new agent. He's got a classic, and that's it.
Just for Scream.
You can't buy any other guns.
With a new
you
agent,
have no utility.
Stickman.
Yeah.
That's it. Nothing there. Anyway, let's take a look at the current bracket, which, of course, is getting dicier by the day. Today, we have 3 matches on the way, and the first 2 are of the highest of stakes. Elimination variety, if you will. We'll see Xersha face off against Crew, and then it's Furia versus Fnatic. Later, we'll see the Copenhagen champions, FPX, battled it out with X set for a spot in the top 8. Seth, this tournament has been nuts. You genuinely cannot predict who is going to win. And looking at this bracket, it's like, if you would have told me Leviathan was going to be coming out top seed in Group A, I would have been like, yeah, sure, why not? I don't believe you.
Yeah, we've gotten some curveballs throughout this. Leviathan has just looked absolutely incredible so far. Now, Paper Rex, grand finalists going up at Copenhagen, have to battle their way out of the lower bracket. And with the way that TL's playing, I don't know if it's going to be possible. It's just tight all across the board. So everybody, you have to dig deep. You have to be able to get the dubs because there's no freebies here.
And there's some teams that we expected to get deep already in that lower bracket. For Fnatic, if they win their match against Fury today, they have a rematch against 100 Thieves, which I think will be hard for them. There's a lot of great teams in this event, and there's just too many good teams per group to let everyone through to that top 8.
Couldn't agree more. It's going to be awesome. But look, before we get into some hard-hitting analysis that I know the community comes to this desk for, we have a little housekeeping that we have to do.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right.
We have to look after our dear friend Achilleos. Seth, I like you as a person. You and I, we've rolled together for many a year now.
Yeah.
Consider you family, right? You're a damn good friend. But
Same.
The rest of the crew and I were talking, and we're a little uncomfortable with how biased you've been toward DRX. I mean, look, can we just check this out, please? Check out
Seth, it's gotten out of control, man. Like,
yeah.
just look at this.
Yeah.
Like, you're right
This is
there
ridiculous.
with the team. You're not even a part of DRX, and you're trying to be with them.
Okay,
Like,
you,
This is your Twitter header.
You got, come on, you guys are gonna try to pull this. This is obviously Photoshop. This is not
It's
real.
not.
That
This is
photo
real.
does not exist.
I don't know. No. All right. Now, we all have our favorites, okay? But I think that most of us realize, okay, that perhaps like there's a little bit of a problem here, right? You know, I just feel like
I don't know what you're talking about. Honestly, it's just I live in Korea. They're the Korean representative. I don't think that there's anything ridiculous going on here.
I live in NA. I'm not out here like, playing with the team. I'm not out here wearing jerseys, any of that. I mean, just the other day you had a DRX jersey, you had a stuffed animal, everything on the desk.
It was a bit. I wore the jersey one time on the desk.
Has it just been once?
Has it just been once, Seth?
Yes.
Has it really? Okay. Interesting. All right, let's see now, because here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think what we need to do is try and sell him on some other teams.
Okay.
Maybe that's what we have to do.
I just don't understand why you guys are
would you
making
be
this stuff
open
up.
to maybe being a fan of another team? Because
Look,
it's fine to like your team, but
Maybe. I don't know. But I just feel like I'm being attacked and that you guys are making things up about me, saying
we're
things
not.
that aren't
We would-
true.
Seth,
The
we
jersey
would
was a
never-
one-off bit.
we're trying to help you.
I just realized something.
What?
His jacket zipped. Seth,
we
unzip
don't
your
normally
jacket.
wear
Cold in
jackets.
here.
Seth, unzip your
It's not
jacket
cold.
right now. Unzip it.
Why is there white fringe coming out the top? What are you wearing?
It's the same
It's
jersey.
right here.
I
3
knew it.
days. 3 days,
Are you
Seth.
happy?
I'm not taking it off. Once.
Flipping days, man. Enough is enough.
They won.
Just-
I was wearing
just show it.
It just feels like it's
Don't-
lucky,
don't
and if
try and hide it.
It feels like if I take it off, then maybe they're going to lose again.
Okay. You know what? How about this? How about I try and pitch you on another team? Okay. How about Crew? Right. I love Crew. I'm a big fan of this team. Right.
Okay.
Big representatives in Latin America. Right.
Sure.
Owned by Sergio Aguero. Played for Man City. They had a freaking orchestra
Has
as
DRX
well.
ever had an orchestra?
No.
Has DRX ever had an
DRX
orchestra?
has never had an orchestra.
Right.
Those are good points.
I mean, they're playing bangers. They got a big old pink balloon that they're throwing, and Lord knows that attacked that child, but it still works. It still works. That's just me.
Yeah, I mean, Seth, they've been to every international event. DRX hasn't even done that.
I mean, it's come on, we don't count the first Reykjavik, all right? Like,
Okay, but if you're not gonna support Crew, maybe there's like a more like steadfast team you could support, like FPS.
Oh, they have an X in their name.
Yeah, they have an X. They're
Yeah,
very close.
yeah.
And they just won at Copenhagen. They were the champions. This team is so good. 5 amazing players, a great coach.
The
they put
Shao
in so
Show.
much work. Such cool stories, right? They had the hardest run ever to win an international event. It's so impressive. How can you not get behind that?
okay, look, maybe I can get sold on FPX. They did beat DRX, so
Yeah.
clearly at the last event they were a bit better, but I don't know. I've been cheering for this team for so long. It's been, since First Strike and everything. I just don't know if I could ever really
Seth,
fully quit.
you gotta start small. You have
just like
to
a
make
little
small changes for big leaps forward, right, Mimi?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
one thing at a time. If you break a big problem down
That's
into
right.
little solutions, it's really easy. And I mean, look, you're wearing the jersey right now. We're on the desk. I think a
It's
good
been
start.
It's been 3
Yeah.
days, okay? That thing smells. Everyone's been complaining about it the whole time. How about this?
We have fans up here just
How
to get
about
rid of this.
just take it off. Just I know you have like a regular shirt
I don't
underneath.
want
Like
to take it off.
I can see it's just a regular shirt underneath. Just take it off. Dude, he has the
Are you
Legion
kidding
Strikers
me?
jersey on.
I give up.
It's not. That's not even a team anymore. No, I'm not happy. You need to. I think he's
This
beyond
man,
saving.
he's beyond hope. He is beyond hope. And if you think that Seth is beyond hope, then you should let us know on the social medias. Use that hashtag Valorant Champions in VCT. Also, let us know who's a team that you simply just can't quit. We'd love to hear from you. And who knows, maybe the best tweets will be featured on the broadcast. But folks, if you've been wearing a jersey for more than 3 days, take it off. Take it off. It's okay.
I've been wearing this one for 3 years.
Oh,
3 years.
Lord in heaven.
Valorant
All right.
hasn't even been out for 3 years. How?
You know
Ahead
what?
of the curve.
Let's go to our poll today. It's a fun one. Which coach is the best dressed in the VCT Champions Istanbul? The options are Loud's Bazooka, Zeta's XQQ, or XZ Psycho. Scan the QR code that's on the screen right now. Cast your vote, and we'll have the results later on in the show. I mean, these guys just look so good, Mimi.
Yeah, I mean, even the DRX coach isn't wearing a DRX jersey. And look at these guys. They're all so well put together. Donna's got a full suit on. XQQ comes out with the jacket every time. Like, these people know how to dress. You could learn a thing or two, Seth.
It's the hair, too.
Yeah.
I'm actually upset that Termi didn't make it onto this.
I'm a little sad as well, but because you are just too much of a fang boy. All right, here we go, guys. We don't need to take a best dress poll for the desk because let's be honest, it's Mimi and her jacket pockets.
It's efficient.
Okay,
Fashion is efficient. Form over function.
We'll take a quick commercial break. When we come back, Valorant Champs continues right after this. Welcome back, everyone, to Champions Istanbul. Finally, the smell goes away. Seth took off the jersey. But look, guys, we're down to our first elimination match of the day. It's going to be between Xerxia and Crew. These two teams, of course, no strangers to international competition. And Mimi, starting off with you on this, right? Both of these teams bring so much to the table. And I think, again, it goes back to that conversation we were having right at the start of the show. Feels like any team could possibly win. And these two teams, no one should be sleeping on them.
Yeah, and I mean, look at the experience at the international level. Crew has been to every single international tournament. Xerxia has been to all but one. But the thing is, for both of these teams, they're always losing early. They're always struggling early in tournaments. Crew has had that taste of greatness. They made it deep at Champions last year. But for Xerxia, this is their last chance in this year to make something of these international events.
Yeah, I mean, the pressure's been mounting for Crew after the performance last year. Getting that third, fourth place over at Champions, it was wild. Xerxia, they have impressed us at times. You think about, the whole storyline of them versus Optic, how Optic was always getting taken down by Xerxia. Obviously, Optic made up for that. But we know that both of these teams can perform. They can be high caliber. Now they have to square off against each other. And I think this is a really tough one to call.
Yeah, both these teams have been to all three events this year, and both of them have only won a single series. Only one team can walk away from Champions and even survive for the rest of their group with a win. The other will be going home winless, and I think the pressure is even stronger for Crew. They've tasted that victory. They want to get back to it and kind of try and show us that they've still got it, that it wasn't just a one-off, that it wasn't just a fluke.
Yeah, this is a team that has I had learned today, as a matter of fact, when I was talking to our colleague Dryad about they have all these fan accounts. They have Crew Peru, Crew Guatemala. They have all these regions that support them. So their pressure is on for this team, Seth, to have to step it up here. I think people want results, and they want them now.
Yeah, they absolutely do. And I mean, again, we were kind of talking about this when they had to play up against FPX. I was saying, I think it might be time to just wipe the slate clean, try to get rid of all of those expectations, all of that added pressure that comes through, given the deep run at Champions last year. If they could do that and just really focus up for this series individually, they could be in a good spot. Because while they weren't able to win the match, they were competitive against FPX.
Yeah, and they started so incredibly strong. It feels like Crew can always deliver us close matches against great teams. And they showed that in this Icebox game. I think for Crew, they've been defined by kind of falling into the same ways, tournament after tournament. And that's what I thought when I watched them in the LCQ. But in this game versus FPX, they were showing new things. They were getting aggressive. They were changing up their compositions. It felt like there was something more for Crew.
Yeah, it felt like we were getting a little bit more substance here, right? And I was so glad, Mimi, to see this Crew team play FPX so closely. And yeah, if they want to, really stamp their presence here in this tournament, they have to continue to do this. If they were able to do this against our Copenhagen champs, they should be able to do this against these other teams.
Yeah, and everyone stepped up. Klaus had the clutches, but Mazzino, he's the consistency for this team. At pretty much every international event, he comes through and he's been getting better. He struggled a little bit at Reykjavik, but even in their loss at Copenhagen, he was looking good. Domestically, this guy looks good. He's a very flexible player. He's very solid, and when the support line of Crew is stepping up, that's when they do their best.
Yeah, I mean, going into the first series, we were really talking about Nags and how he needs to be like kind of the solid foundation for them, the guy that kind of drags them over the finish line to find victory. But Mazzino very much impressed, and he showed, yeah, I'm still here to play this year, and put up some fantastic numbers, some great multi-kill clutch rounds coming through from him, whether he was playing the Sky or the Sage. It was a great performance overall, and I'm looking forward to seeing him do that again today.
Yeah, and you could see the energy with this team. It's do or die for the team, but it's also do or die for all of these players individually. They want this win so bad.
Yeah, well, shifting focus to the other side of the field, you have Xerxia. Now, this is a team that has busted out some pretty wild comps in their first match at Champions against XZ. Very fun to watch. I like that they want to try new things, especially with the way that things are kind of being perceived right now. Like, Chamber is relevant, but some people are willing to remove him from compositions. He's not like that hardcore insta-pick. It's really cool to see Xerxia, though, just busting out the Phoenix, too.
And they bust out the Phoenix, they bust out the Yoru, two of the picks that oftentimes when we go through a tournament, we don't see, pretty much any of them. Or either of them, but they said, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and run these, and Foxy just looked pretty incredible. This play in particular was great, just getting in behind the Viper, saying, just shoot at me. They get the kill, they drop the pit.
I mean, this team also is so sick of losing in international events. They wanted something new. They tried something new, and while they didn't win with it, I love that they're trying to innovate. And XZ themselves were saying that they really struggled to play against this setup, because when are you ever scrimming an Astra or a Yoru on Icebox? When are you playing against a Phoenix on Fracture? I don't think the Phoenix was super effective, but I really loved what they were doing with Icebox. This team has seen their failures in doing what is normal, what is expected, and they have changed around. They have come up with new ideas, and it's been effective.
Yeah, actually, we did have some comments there from Psycho, the coach of XZ 2-0 versus Xerxia to start off our Champions run. Make sure you use that hashtag. GG's to them. The Yoru and Phoenix picks were hard to deal with, and of course, using some dizzy emojis there. Man, I sounded like such a boomer saying that out loud, but that is true. It was, to Mimi's point, Seth, when are you prepping against that?
Yeah, it's really tough to try to get prepared for something that wild. And there's so many times where I'm watching it, I'm a spectator, I can see the mini-map, I can see where everyone's going, and I would just be like, how did Foxy get into this position?
Yeah.
How was he doing these things on Yoru? Because, while I've had a decent amount of exposure on, of Yoru over in VCT Korea during Stage 2, having, Bazzi constantly playing it and whatnot at the very beginning, Foxy was doing some stuff that I hadn't seen, and he was getting into positions just weaving his way in between XZ there. So if he can do that again today and catch Crew off guard, it might be enough to have them find success. But now they've kind of showed in their hand, the Yoru, the Phoenix, it didn't work the first time out. Do they try it again now today? That's my question.
Well, I'm actually really glad you mentioned Foxes there because, if they want to turn things around, Mimi, this is going to be the player that you're really looking out for. He likes to bust out that innovation, but kind of similar to what we saw with the Phoenix. He wasn't really using the Agent's kit to its max potential. He's going to need to try and button that up if they want to win today.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Fox is a really interesting player because he is the IGL of this team, but he also plays just so many different roles. And with them trying to innovate in that series versus XZ, he took the brunt of it, playing both of the weird picks on both of their maps there. I think at the end of the day, I like the changes, I like the trials, but you are gambling your season on these setups, which I think is a super bold choice that I'm honestly a fan of. Take that risk. This is your last chance, your last opportunity. Credit to Fox and to their support staff for being able to see that they're struggling with the normal, with the common, and trying to make something for themselves, make something that is their own.
And you got to lay it all out on the table.
Yeah.
There's nothing else after this if you lose. So
couldn't agree more, right? This is it, right? Do or die time. You got to leave it all out there, right? You have no other choice. You saw what happened yesterday to EDG as well as Boom. So now it's time to step it up. But look, this week we actually tried to run an interview that we did with Scary about his future with the team, and we ran into some technical hiccups. We learned that Doug speaks the language of Spanish, English, and static. But, you know, it got cut short. Good news, though, is that I actually found a Radio Shack here in Istanbul. That's right.
Those exist?
There's one left
I'm
in
surprised
the
you know what
entire
that is.
country. And I'm so proud of you, Mimi. We got everything working. So let's actually go ahead and check that out.
Thank you so much. Yes, we are here with Scary and Young. Oh, help me out here. I've already messed it up.
Yeah, just call me Ben. You can
Ben.
call Ben.
I can do Ben.
Yes,
Surely I
Yep.
won't butcher. I won't butcher Ben.
Come on, man. Step up.
Scary. I want to ask you this right off the bat. We've seen you guys on the international stage a couple of times now. You're one of the few teams that was at Champs last year and is now at Champs again. How have you seen the game evolve? How have you seen the competition around you evolve over the last year?
ก็ระหว่างการแข่งแชมเปี้ยนปีที่แล้วกับปีเนี้ยคิดว่าแบบมีความแตกต่างอะไรกันเยอะไหม
สำหรับทีมเราเหรอหรือว่า
สำหรับความรู้สึกเราอ่ะ
ก็จริงๆสิ่งที่ผมรู้สึกแตกต่างก็คือผมรู้สึกว่าเอาเรื่องที่มาแข่งก่อนแล้วกันทีมงานเนี่ยค่อนข้างแบบว่าผมชอบความมืออาชีพของเขา
things like plans, like agents selecting kind of that. And yes, this year we have more confidence about our performance.
Okay. It'll be exciting to see if the confidence pays off. Scary, it is now public knowledge that you are exploring different team options after this tournament. Does this Champs, does this tournament run mean something a little special for you, given the chance that this very well may be the last time you don the the Xerxia banner?
ก็ทัวร์นาเมนต์เนี้ยแบบเรารู้สึกว่ามีความแตกต่างกับทัวร์นาเมนต์
Match found. Death match. Warm up.
What
You can tell a person's character by their first action. Check
Fight.
me then, eh? Woo! Let's start! That creature is dead. too.
Oh, cik, di belakang. Anjing, seri bangsat. Covid.
Dominating.
Enemy punished. Trinity, you're welcome.
Ah, wave anjir.
10 kills remaining.
Ah.
Kills remaining. One kill remaining.
Yeah.
Match found.
Apa? Simpan. Terus? Ya udah. Masuk ke iFix. Apa? Kenapa? Hilang kah? Apa emang gitu ya? Link profile link ketingnya. Iya emang gitu. Gue juga.
Someone play smoke, please.
All we need is a smoke, a smoke,
Draft.
a smoke, a smoke, a smoke. Oh, we need a smoke.
Everyone is afraid of something.
Terus upload foto. Iya. Bayarnya itu gimana? Bayar dulu. Ke link aja. Apa? Gimana cara bayar? Ke link aja, pakai virtual account lah. Cari di Google virtual account-nya nomornya berapa kalau buat mandiri.
This killing is terrible business.
Tutorial.
But I always say,
Miss.
if I must do something, be the best.
Harus.
There. I'll find you.
Wajib.
Enemy spotted.
Spike planted.
We found one. Bring them down. They're blind to take hold.
JD!
No.
One enemy remaining.
Main, bro.
Last player standing.
No one else could do this?
Let's go. Go.
Make their fear your weapon. Or use a gun, whichever.
Yo, Chamber. You want some gok?
Yup, give me that Gok 3000, bro.
I got you, my brother.
Upal mau casan dong, Upal. Lu pakai nggak? Oh, masih 16%. Gua berapa ya? Gua 6%. Ntar deh, Pal.
Where are you?
Salah lagi.
Oh, min.
Aduh.
Joke's over! You're dead!
Art.
One enemy remaining.
This guy's here too. Bagus.
Oh iya, gok 3000.
Gimana?
They have courage, but no one is immune to fear.
I need to stay, but I told you that I never let subject change and I would know
Kayak gini sih.
could.
Hah? Kayak gini, sabar Valorantnya. Aneh anjir. Apa? Apa lu bilang? Oh. Sabar Bal. Ini kenapa kayak gini?
Where are you?
Backset.
Bring them down. Bring them down.
City!
Last player standing. Spike planted.
Sama lama aman sih bikin nama coba lo.
That phoenix won't be smiling when I'm done with him.
Kenapa? Nge-crash, tai lah. Entot.